Hello everyone, welcome to Nathan Talk Sports, and today is the 10th anniversary of our 2012 Champions League win. And I'm going to talk about the greatest night in the history of Chelsea Football Club. First, backstory. We finished second in the league in 2011 with 71 points, and we sacked Carlo Ancelotti, which I did not like and almost no Chelsea fans liked, but Roman sacked everyone then. What do you expect? All right, so we had a good start in the league in 2012, but our Champions League start was not the best per se. Through 5 games, so we had one match left the group stage. We were in 3rd place. We needed to beat Valencia to qualify for the Champions League knockout stages. We were starting to struggle in the league, which would be a pattern of this season, but we were still on the edge of top 4, so we still had a shot at next year's Champions League. But I wanted to win this one because I want to win the Champions League every year, because that's what a fan should want. But I didn't know if it was going to happen, because there was not a good chance of us advancing. I was scared. We made the Champions League knockout stages 8 straight years, 7 since I became a fan, and I've experienced some heartbreakers. 05, that ghost goal. 07, that shootout loss to Liverpool in the semis. 05 the semis as well. United lost in the final. My favorite player ever, Drogba, got sent off, and Terry missed the penalty, and we lost. 09, Overbo. He just recently admitted that he's a giant fuck up and should have given us a penalty. Probably should have had a couple more than that too, but Barca won because of course they did. UEFA Lona at it again. Alright, so I felt this was our last shot as Drogba was out of contract at the end of the year, and I wasn't quite sure if we'd get top 4. We were in 4th place at the time. I was pretty sure we'd get it, but I was not certain like every other year. All right. Then Drogba scored twice and Ramirez got the other, and we got through. We were drawn against Napoli, who actually finished, I believe they finished 2nd in Serie A. When Serie A was still a great league. It was on the edge of declining, but correction, they finished 5th this year in 2012, but 2nd the year before, and they were doing really well still. And we lost the first leg 3-1. And by this time, I realized, yeah, we're going to have to win the Champions League to get back into the Champions League next year. This is our last shot. This is it. One chance to win the Champions League. Believe we were in 5th place, 3 points back of Arsenal with an inferior goal difference, and we were falling apart. Remember, Arsenal were still in the Champions League at this point. Not like today. So they could have taken the Champions League spot. I'll get more into that later. Why? Because it's hilarious. And the aftermath, too. All right, on to the game. Drogba scored early to give us life. John Terry scored to tie it up. And actually, there were still away goals back then, so we were ahead on away goals. Inler tied it for Napoli. Inler took the lead for Napoli. And Lampard gave us a huge penalty to give us a chance to go to extra time. And I was nervous going into the extra time because away goals still applied for extra time back then, which is insane. Like, aren't away goals supposed to be fair? Like, really? I get the home field advantage part, but goals aren't common enough to overrule that. All right, Ivanovic with a huge header gave us the lead, and we were defending for our lives. We hung on and we got to play Benfica. That could have been a lot worse for us. But I realized that we're still in trouble because the quarterfinal draw and the semifinal draw are made at the same time, and we got Barcelona in the semis, assuming they advanced. And by this time, our league form was tanking. It was like, fuck the league, let's get the cup. This is our one shot. We were in 5th, 5 points back of Spurs. Arsenal were out of the Champions League at this point at least, so if we finished 5th, 4th, why did I say 5th? 4th would still get Champions League, but we didn't look like we were doing that because we were falling apart. Only had a Newcastle on goal difference. A Newcastle team that was relegated 3 years ago. And was nowhere near this the year before. I believe they were what? I believe they were like 12th or something. Let me check that. 12th, yes, 12th. Behind West Brom and Sunderland. Teams that have never threatened for a Champions League spot in their lives. And yet, they were threatening us. Guess what that meant? Back then, 6th place, I believe, in the 2nd or 3rd qualifying round of the Europa League. So we would have had to go through the Europa League, all those qualifying rounds, which would have really fucked up the season. Next season for us. We won both legs in Benfica relatively easily. But now, on to Barcelona. I was like, oh shit, it's over. And we were really falling apart. We were in 6th place at this point. We would stay the rest of the season. We were 2 points off top 4, but I knew that this was Champions League or bust. This was it. Win the Champions League or we're not going to get another shot. Huge Drogba goal, won us the first leg over Barcelona, and we had to go to the new camp. Barcelona had no away goals, which was awesome. But Busquets scored in the 35th minute to give Barca the tie. And then John Terry with an absolutely stupid tackle who got himself sent off. Iniesta gave Barca the lead, and I was like, it is over. But Ramirez showed up out of nowhere with a fantastic chip. Right after getting the booking that ruled him out of the final. Which is another thing that is weird, because we had a bunch of yellow card accumulations that made us all miss the final. I hate yellow card accumulation normally, and especially in the final. Good thing UEFA fixed this, because there'll be a bunch of players ruled out of these Champions League finals. Between Real and Liverpool. Alright, back to the game. We were defending for our lives, and then Drogba concedes a penalty. Not the last one he'll concede this Champions League. And Messi, I was like, Barca lead. Back in front. I mentally chalked the goal off. Put the goal on. Because Messi, in 2012, automatic. He hit the bar. We're still alive. We still had to defend for our lives. And then the chip. Then 92nd minute. Ball was going around the box. Barca was screaming for a penalty. I was like, is this going to be the reverse UEFA Lona? I was like, for fuck's sake, please don't. And I was like, when he didn't call it. There's no VAR then, and I don't think it was a penalty anyways. But you know UEFA Lona at that time. Then Ramirez cleared it to Torres, and he ran all the way down the pitch. I was like, this is it. We're going back to the final. He was around to the keeper and scored. £50 million repaid indeed. It was all worth it, and we were going to the Champions League final. Meanwhile, we won the FA Cup, and by that time, it was Champions League or bust because we were out of the top 4 for sure. Believe we were 6th at that time. Yes, we were 6th. 3 points back. 4 points back of top 4 with 2 games left. Having to pass 2 teams to do it. Yes, we were behind Newcastle. That's the thing that actually happened, kids. All right. We lost one and won one, and we finished 6th. So we were headed for the second qualifying round of the Europa League if we did not win this game. Champions League final. This has to be the biggest upset in Champions League history for the final. In Munich, Bayern were so confident of winning, they already scheduled a celebratory friendly against the Netherlands. Think about how insane that is. Their main focus before Champions League final was let's schedule a friendly to celebrate. You didn't win the final yet, Bayern. All right. Bayern dominated us this game, let's face it. They had 20 corners. Czech had the game of his life, but even he couldn't save the Muller goal to put us behind 1-0. And I was like, this is over. What a waste. But then we win our first and only corner of the match. Mata takes the corner. It goes in toward Drogba. He hits it with his head, and he scores. Tied up. And now we were having trouble. Even in extra time, we were still on the ropes because Drogba conceded another penalty. You got a yellow card for that too, but it wasn't a red like the last final, so we were okay. If Robin missed the penalty. Check in the Chelsea documentary that was just released today. I'll link that down below. Said that he knew exactly where he was going to take the penalty. And Czech saved it. He went the right way many more times in this final. Because we went to penalties. Bayern went first. Lam nailed his. Then Mata stepped up. He missed his, though. Hero to villain story. Drogba almost had it. And Mata was now about to have it. Gomez made for Bayern, and then Luiz with an outstanding penalty to keep us alive and on the board. Cuts it to 2-1. Neuer stepped up the keeper. Czech was shocked by this, actually. But Czech went the right way, but Neuer scored anyways. Lampard with a huge one for us. Then Olic missed for Bayern, giving us life. Ashley Cole nailed his penalty. Schweinsteiger, Czech tipped it off the post. His biggest concern after he tipped it, it was revealed that he thought it would hit his heel and come back in the net. It didn't, thank God, and Drogba stepped up to win it. I was getting flashbacks to John Terry missing off the post. But there was no rain this time. Just destiny. Drogba stepped up. I was like, yeah, we're going to win this. I sent it into the bottom left. It wasn't the most outstanding of penalties, but Neuer went the wrong way, and we had won the Champions League. Finally! All those years of heartbreak were made worth it. Still the best day of my life. I wish I was in Munich that day. That was great. Thank God I let my family told my family to just leave the house, go onto the couch or go somewhere else, movies, everywhere else. And just leave me alone because I want to be a nervous wreck, and started screaming, taking my shirt off. I don't know why I didn't run outside. That would have been a thing that 12-year-old me would have done, but I didn't for some reason. Probably because I couldn't think. But you know what? We finally won the Champions League. All that was made worth it. And the consequences of this were amazing. Spurs finished 4th. That's a Champions League spot. No more. On to Thursdays. Newcastle, you thought you had your group stage spot? Okay, second qualifying round for you lot. Liverpool, third qualifying round for the League Cup. Extra correction, Newcastle went to the third. Liverpool went to the second qualifying round. Liverpool third qualifying round, no more. Newcastle group stage, no more. Tottenham take that group stage spot. Ha We go straight into the group stage into pot one. Too bad Arsenal didn't have to go to the playoff, but that's it. Consequences of this were severe for Spurs. This is the day London became blue, by the way. No matter what anyone else says. Tottenham had to sell Luka Modric, who won 4 Champions Leagues and a Ballon d'Or. And that made them finish 5th the next year, which means they have to sell probably their best player besides Kane in the past 50 years, Gareth Bale, to Real Madrid, where he also won 4 Champions Leagues. So all this Champions League success was given to Real because Didier Drogba made the penalty. Just think about that. We were down now so many times, and we gave Real 4 Champions Leagues and possibly a 5th coming up. Another thing was that the Europa League winners got Champions League spots the next UEFA cycle after this, and the 4th place team was allowed to play in the Champions League if the Champions League winner was outside the top 4 from this. A very Spursy way to end it, because they were the last team to lose out. Carlo Ancelotti is now at Real Madrid. And I don't know why I didn't talk about this before, but Roberto Di Matteo, what he did taking over in mid-season, was one of the most outstanding jobs I've ever seen. He was a novice manager, took us to the Champions League title. He hasn't done much since, but he'll always be a club legend for that. And the 97 Cup final winner. But back to the aftermath. We ended up finishing 3rd in our Champions League group and going to the Europa League, which we won on another Ivanovic header, just like the one against Napoli. The last major trophy on our resume was won. Roberto Di Matteo was gone by then, replaced by Roberto Benitez. Correction, Rafa Benitez. Why did I say Roberto? Sorry. Why did I say Roberto? Like, what the fuck was I thinking? All right, back to the Europa League. Rafa Benitez was not the manager we all liked. He didn't get extended right after the game. He was done. But he won us the Europa League, and he's part of our European pedigree. He was actually the manager who won the Champions League with Liverpool on the ghost goal. And, of course, their comeback in Istanbul. Please don't win the quadruple, Liverpool. I'll never get over that. I will never get over if you win the quadruple this year. All right, all the players end up leaving. Drogba actually had left by then, but came back to win the league with us in 2015. And then 9 years later, we won the Champions League again. With Thomas Tuchel at the helm, no players from our Champions League winning team were still on the team, but Petr Cech was on the board. And he helped scout Edouard Mendy, who was a key player in our Champions League title. Ended up winning it again, and we became the first team to win all the major trophies twice over. And even Arsenal fans at this point had to admit that London was blue. Because Arsenal had missed the Champions League for the 5th consecutive year, and that was after 7 straight years of losing in the round of 16. Arsenal in Europe mixed like oil and water. All right. Today's the 10th anniversary, and I hope we have a game today against Leicester. We've already secured top 4, but I hope we do this team proud and get a big win here. Thank you for watching. Sorry if it was a little silly and emotional, but it's such an emotional day. Thank you for watching Nathan Talk Sports.